Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, good morning. It is the Fishing in Florida Show, and it is a gorgeous day here in Florida. My gosh, got up this morning to walk the dog out. Nice, crisp, cool morning. The sky is absolutely clear. It is going to be a gorgeous day for you to be at the beach today, or possibly some backwaters, because with regard to the ocean itself, we have small craft advisories that are in effect today from 10 a.m., and they will be in effect until Monday morning. A little bit about the marine forecast today. We're going to have east to northeast winds 15 to 25 knots with gusts all the way up to 35. Seas are going to be 4 to 6, and we have an occasional 8-foot swell. So it's not really going to be a great day for the small boaters, but it's going to be a great day to be out there, whether you're going to fish from the shore or you're going to go to the beach, enjoy some sunbathing. Beach conditions will be great for sunbathing today. Just use some caution around some of these areas. We have rocks on our beaches. We also may have some areas where the water's a little heavy going back out, rip currents, and you want to be aware of that. So a very good morning to you. And this morning I have Carolyn with Atlas Trax. Want to protect your stuff to the max? You got to talk to Carolyn with Atlas Trax. Good morning, Carolyn.
Good morning, Riscal, on this beautiful, sunny South Florida day.
It is just gorgeous out there, and I'm enjoying. I'm here looking out the window. The sun's shining bright, and just going to be a beautiful day. So we're going to have to get out there and enjoy it.
Absolutely. We dumped our boat in the water yesterday to do a little boat ride. We plan on going out a little bit today too.
So you mentioned you went out yesterday. Any fishing or just riding?
No, actually, we checked the seas, and appreciative that you give the sea reports on your radio show, but we had some friends in from New York, just dropped it in the water, went and got a little fuel, and they thought it was beautiful and warm and gorgeous, and to me it was windy and chilly and cold, so we let them have a real nice time, just a nice intercoastal ride.
Well, I didn't do any fishing this last week. It was a hectic week for me this last week. All these different things happening for me in the other line of business that I do, the on-site service stuff. So as you have mentioned to me off the air, it's something very interesting that you're going to be doing in June. Let's talk about that for a minute. I thought that was awesome. What's going to happen in June?
Well, absolutely, Riscala. I've been involved in an event called the Crossing for the Cure for the last 3 years, and my participation was with my GPS trackers. We would put trackers on all of the support boats that were attached to paddlers paddling from Bimini back to Lake Worth, Florida, which was 80 miles to raise money for cystic fibrosis. So usually 4 paddlers are assigned to one support boat. So we had last year 80 support boats that we had our trackers on. The year before we had 12. The year before that, there was 4. Wow. So the event has grown now to 200 paddlers. Well, my ladies fishing team of breast cancer survivors decided we want to do the paddle this year. So we signed up officially. We've never been on paddle boards, and we're bringing along 2 sisters with cystic fibrosis. They're going to relay paddle with us as well. And the event starts at midnight in the dark in the Bahamas, where you stand on a paddleboard and aim to Florida and start paddling back. It'll take us about 16 or 17 hours for our team.
Holy smokes. I don't know when you first said that to me, it kind of went over my head, so to speak, because I really didn't consider, my gosh, we're going to be on a paddleboard. You're going to be on a paddleboard for how long do you think? 12, 14, 16 hours?
The competitive paddlers that will do the whole thing themselves, standing up, are about 12 to 14 hours, wow. Standing up by themselves. The relay teams and recreational paddlers like us will probably be 16 or 17 hours of paddling, which is why they start us at midnight, because we want to land on the beach when the party's still going on. They'll make us run up a beach. We'll have to take a big hammer, hit a big gong. So it's pretty emotional. I've been on the side of the beach landing when people are collapsing on the sand, crying, hugging each other. It's inspirational. It's actually bringing a little tears to my eyes because I've seen it from that side. It's
wow.
Pretty amazing. And last year they raised $650,000 for local cystic fibrosis folks, and all the money goes right to the charity.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Well, I am grateful, so grateful for people who do things like that. And who'd you tell me started out? Was it Carolyn Strickland you said started all that?
Okay, well, Carol decided she wanted to paddle for these sisters. She knows them over in Sarasota, and I jumped on the bandwagon knowing that Travis Suit, who's the organizer of Crossing for a Cure, it's his daughter who was diagnosed Piper when she was 4 years old. So he started this event to raise awareness and money with 4 paddlers, him and 3 buddies, about 4 years ago. They paddled across, and it just has grown into a huge event. But the great thing is that every person wears a tracker. Every boat has one of my Atlas Trax trackers on it. So people are following the whole thing for 17, 18 hours as the group of 80 boats and 200 paddlers move across the ocean. It's pretty amazing, and I'll send you some pictures we can upload for some of our guests to see on the Facebook page. It's amazing about this event. We hope to raise about $10,000, which is a small amount, but hopefully they want to raise $1 million this year for the event, for Piper and all the folks that need assistance. That
is just phenomenal. Inspirational. Gosh, I can't even think of all the words. It's that is really, really awesome. Gosh, and are all of these people, have they experienced some kind of disease, or some have and some haven't?
Well, most of the people have had somebody touch their lives in some way. Cystic fibrosis is a disease that they're working on a cure, but there is no cure. So most of these young folks are getting double lung transplants, continual medication. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And what happens is the salt air helps them breathing. So that's how Travis Suit decided that let's get Piper out doing ocean events, paddleboarding and swimming when she was a young girl, and now she just turned 10. So it's great strides are being made in it, and it's called the Crossing for a Cure. It's amazing. We notify the Coast Guard. We give them the tracker information so that they can see where we're all traveling as a group. But the maps are amazing. There's a 15-minute beautiful YouTube video that shows the whole event. It's pretty amazing. It's what this man has done for his daughter and for others with cystic fibrosis.
Wow. How do you follow up something like, gosh, oh my.
I'm a little nervous. I've never stood on a paddleboard, so we're going to see how that works. I have somebody donating a paddleboard to us this week, so we're going to start practicing. But it's going to be an amazing event. We want to get these 2 girls out, and we want to make sure that we make some kind of impact. If it's a small one, some kind of impact.
Oh my gosh! Anybody who finds out about it, would be impacted. I mean, if at the very least would be inspired. At the very least. It's amazing that you guys are going to be doing this. I think it's pretty cool that everybody would have a tracker too, because safety is the utmost importance.
Well, I'll tell you what happens. The whole group moves over a couple days before the event. So you have all these boats carrying paddleboards and people and film crews. And last year, one of the main guys broke down halfway across the Gulf Stream. He didn't get into Bimini until the middle of the night, and thankfully he had a tracker on board so we could notify them in Bimini that, okay, he's still 6 hours away, he's going 5 miles an hour, he's going to be there in 3 hours, 5 hours. And the wife and children at home knew that, okay, this is where he is, because he wouldn't have shown up, and they would have had to send the Coast Guard for him. So the tracking is so important for safety.
Along with the data. All the data that you when you told me some of the stuff that you can get, the data that is available, how fast they're going, how long it took them to get from point A to point B, the actual track of where they went. There's so much information available, whether it's for a vessel that's going to be on the water, or a vessel that's going to be in the air. That's the part that really caught my ear. You can program them so that if you stick it in an aircraft, you can tell how high the aircraft is going, and along with how fast and where. Just a phenomenal amount of information available. So it's not just a safety aspect. It's you mentioned a couple of times, if you take it fishing with you, you can go back and look at where you were. Oh yeah, I remember we were here. We did pretty good there. So you can go back to that spot again. It's pretty awesome. It really is. I love the idea.
Well, and we had a really unusual thing happen this week. We had a gentleman, parole officer, call me and say that they have a person in jail. They had to put a tracker on his boat as part of his release because he was fishing in areas that he shouldn't have been fishing. So now we've got a tracker that's being monitored by Florida Fish and Wildlife for a gentleman, which was his condition of his bail and his release. So there's another avenue there. I mean, lobster fishermen, poached traps, stone crab traps. So just another unique use of a tracking device, and they needed it instantly. They got it instantly. Someone came and got it in my mailbox. That's how important it was and how easy it was to put in.
Wow. Wow. And before I forget, you also use them on icebergs.
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, they
How
are
crazy.
deployed by drone on top of icebergs to manage and watch currents and flow and the movement of icebergs in Greenland. So that's a very interesting project that we're doing right now as well.
How amazing is that? So not only can we use it for vessels and things of that nature, we can actually stick it on an iceberg and follow the iceberg. That really just kind of tickles me. Now, another thing that you brought up that I never really considered was where I live, we have some very expensive horses out here. And you had a request from somebody so they could track their horses.
Right. So we're coming into winter season, and we've got polo going on the hunter jumpers. And not only horses are very, very expensive with the race horses and these jumping horses, but these very, very expensive trailers. So with our solar tracker, some of the folks that park their trailers for the winter are putting them right on top of their trailers. They go back and forth to Palm Beach to New England. They don't need any batteries, and if somebody steals their trailer, they can recover it quickly. But actually, physically putting it on a horse in a leather harness as well to know when the horse goes outside. Is it on a trailer? Is it at a horse show? Is it the barn where it's supposed to be? Because the trackers will also ping right through the stable. So they'll know, are they inside the building or outside the building?
Wow. So it seems like almost like an endless array of applications for this technology.
Oh, absolutely. Even hot air balloon, high altitude hot air balloon competition uses some of our trackers so that the ground crew can find them when it's cloudy cover. They can still find them over ground.
Wow. Well, I think I have Mr. Robert on. Robert, good morning, sir.
Good morning. That must be Carolyn over there with you.
Well, hello, Robert. It is. Good morning. Happy sunny morning.
Happy Sunday. Yeah, you were talking about all those tracking devices. I spent many years in the automobile industry, and that's what we used to use on the buy here, pay here cars.
Oh, you have to.
Wow.
Yeah, we did.
And
Every one of them had a tracker on it. Not only did it track it, but we could disable the car.
Huh. I like that.
That is great technology.
Yeah, that could save lives there now.
Yep.
That's great. So have you been doing any fishing lately?
I have not. I finished the magazine night before last, and it will be published tomorrow. So.
Oh, and the magazine can be found where?
At www.flfishmag.com. And it was amazing how many people sent in pictures this month. So I spent the last 2 days just working on the reader's features portion because people must have sent in, 100 pictures. I couldn't.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
But they had to have sent 100 pictures in this month, and I just sort of put them out there and let all of the editors pick which ones that we wanted to put in, and they sent them back to me. So I think we ended up with about 40 of them. So there's a lot of them in there. So.
Well, that's a nice thing about having a digital magazine. It's just almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Infinitely, I can't think of the right word. Infinitely, where it can be made bigger. It's early in the morning. My mind's still working.
Yes,
but expandable.
Yes,
that's infinitely expandable.
Size.
Yeah.
It's funny because people always tell me how much room can I use for my article, and I'm like, as many as you want, but keep in mind that someone has to edit it all. So, so if you write a novel, it's probably not going to be in there this month. Probably be in there next month. So.
And it is.
You know what I like, Robert, about your magazine and you in particular is people reach out to you, including myself, and you make it very interactive for us as fishermen. We send you pictures. You always respond back. You call us. You tell us great job, and that's a really fun magazine that we want to help you build and send pictures to because you are always available and you always respond. And I want to thank you for that.
there happens to be a great article about Atlas Trax in there, and Carolyn. I think it's about 4 or 5 pages. There's, I think, an embedded video and some links to her website, and you can see how Atlas Trax works. And
it's pretty neat technology. Pretty neat. We were talking about it before you came on. Some of the applications, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like an endless amount of different things that you can do with it, from a snowmobile to an individual, to a human being, to a horse, to an iceberg.
Yeah.
To an iceberg. I got a kick out of that one.
I like tracking the iceberg part. That's pretty cool.
Well, I can only imagine a bunch of Eskimos trying to rappel down from a helicopter and put these things on the icebergs, and I'm like, nah, not for me. And I'll tell you, we even have somebody use the trackers, plugging them into their home in Bimini just to know if they've lost power. So we kind of reverse engineer that. If the power goes out, they get email notifications. So that's kind of interesting too.
Wow.
Now, next Christmas, you need to point out the fact that Atlas Trax will track the reindeer. So
yeah, there you go.
You
We'll
know,
get a
there's a
set to
point right
Santa.
there. That's a very good point. I'm gonna have to mention that.
We'll have to get a set off to Santa. So
yep, you'll have to let everybody know where Santa is and when he'll be arriving in Florida. So.
Well, there is Santa Trax on TV. I don't know how accurate those guys are, but we can be within 10 feet, Rascal. You know that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, I can actually know when he's going to be at my house. So.
And put those people to shame.
So.
The TV people that are telling you, just giving you a general idea. Well, we think he's here or there. Yeah, we'll put one of those on there. We'll tell you. I'll tell you right where he's at. Hey, he's at Robert's house. You could even follow him.
But we do have some great new products. I mean, Atlas Trax is in there, and next month we're going to have an article about these new outriggers. They're Rockport riggers.
Are these the ones you were telling me in a suitcase or something like
They
that?
fit into the rod holder, and any rod holder that's at an angle they can go into. They go out to about 4 or 5 feet. They're $199 instead of thousands of dollars. And we had Heather Smith, one of our writers, down in the Keys with them last week, with the people who make them, and they were trying them out. They didn't have very good weather or very good fishing, but they got some barracuda and some bonita and stuff to try them out with. But pretty cool. Some great new products coming out there.
Are they the ones that are collapsible or something, or am I got them?
Yeah, they come in a little package. They just they fold up. They'll fit in your suitcase. So
yeah, that's what I remembered suitcase with them. One of the words with them. Wow, that's pretty cool because outriggers are pretty cumbersome.
they're also very expensive for someone with a small boat.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good alternative. If you've got a small boat, you don't feel like spending thousands of dollars on outriggers, you can buy a couple of these for $400 and have outriggers.
That's pretty neat.
I reached out to her as well, and they're great to travel. If you run to Costa Rica or you run to a different country and you don't know what kind of fishing gear is on the charter boat, they're great and they're lightweight to bring them. So I think it's a great idea.
Well, not only that, I think as they pursue this further, I've talked to the guy who built them. They're going to realize that this thing can be used as an outrigger or as a downrigger with a couple of attachments. So,
wow,
it'll be a very useful product in the future, I'm sure. So,
that's neat.
They just developed it. They just tried it out. They've got a lot of different ways to go with this thing. So, should be good.
Cool.
Interesting to follow.
Cool.
Well, I know when I try and take our telescoping outriggers out, the first thing that comes off and expands like a rubber band is all of the cabling and the lines, and then those get tangled up around everything, and then people trip over them and fall overboard. So this is a great easy alternative even for beginner fishermen to learn how to put outriggers out without having to worry about the danger of standing on a gunnel in huge waves.
Wow.
Yes, that's always fun.
Oh, my. Well, we're almost up against a break. Robert, before we go, I want to make sure that people know a little bit more about Florida Fisherman Magazine. If you have an interesting story and it falls along the guidelines that Robert has, he would consider putting it in the magazine for you. If you want to submit that story, how would they do that, Robert?
Just send it all to pages@flfishmag.com. And I wanted to mention that Carolyn and Atlas Trax will be in there again next month with the big tournament that she fished. So,
congratulations, Carolyn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Thank you so much for that, Robert.
I'm looking forward to
always
doing
good
that
looking
one,
for you.
actually. That's going to be an interesting article. I'm looking forward to doing that one. So
Can't
Cool.
wait to see all about it.
you guys have a great day. And a
Robert,
great week.
thank you. I wish you an awesome day, my friend. Thanks for taking time to call in.
You too.
You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show with your host, Rascala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida show.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped, even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion: air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Want to give your pet the celebrity treatment? Have you heard of Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care in Royal Palm Beach? They're located just off State Road 7 and have been servicing the area for 14 years. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care is the home of the Blueberry Facial, also specializing in tartar removal with 8 years of assisting in dental procedures. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care? They're more than just about dogs. They are the only experienced cat groomer in the area. They also cater to all breeds and sizes and open 6 days a week. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, located just north of the Super Walmart in Royal Palm Beach. You can find them at 250 Business Parkway. They specialize in shampoos with no extra charge. Flea and tick dips also available. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care. You can give them a call at 561-793-9992. They also provide gift certificates for those looking for that special present. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, 561-793-9992. They're located in Royal Palm Beach. That number, 561-793-9992. Call for your appointment today.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise?
Surprise!
Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclubb.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
While other stations just talk a good game, we win it.
Hey, sounds like somebody's having a lot of fun.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on. When the sun shines all day. It just caught me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah, fishing and blowing on.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, good morning. We are back. It is the Fishing in Florida Show. An honor and a privilege to have you take time and listen and allow us to share with you some of the things that we run across. You can find us every Sunday morning on a variety of different ways. We try to make it as easy as possible. Let's see. We can start out with WCET FM 101.7. If you're up there in Columbia, you can catch us there. Or you can catch us online at www.wcetfm.com. That's our home network. You can find us on HighPoint Radio, 1690 AM. They cover parts of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. And occasionally you can find us on KYAH, 540 AM, Utah's Talk Authority. And our latest affiliate, who we're so grateful for, is YACHTRockMiami.com. Smooth grooves all day long, all night strong. Great radio station to listen to if you want to listen to some easygoing music. So that's many of the different ways that you can listen to us. By the way, Yacht Rock Miami is a tune-in station, so if you have a tune-in app, you can just look for YachtRockMiami.com and you can catch us there. This morning I have Carolyn Stash with AtlasTrax.com. She's been kind enough to call in and be my co-host, and I am ever so grateful for her. Thank you, Carolyn. Greatly appreciate it. And, of course, I can probably hear if I take her off of mute. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Well, that's okay. That happens around my household a lot. I get the mute button put on all the time. But I'm happy to be here and always happy to call in. Well,
I was hoping that I would hear from my next guest. This is somebody I've known since I was a teenager. He came out with a product that was I found rather interesting, and that is the shrimp burgers. So I sent him a text, and hopefully I'll hear from him. We are having a little bit of technical difficulty. If you guys are hearing the volume dropping and increasing, that is kind of out of my control right now. It's something happening on the server. I'm trying to straighten it out while we're on the air. I thought we had it set prior to coming on the air, but apparently not, because we're still having a variable in the volume control. Anyway, hopefully he'll be calling here in a moment, and we'll find out some more about a very interesting thing. I never thought about having a burger made out of shrimp.
Well, I have to tell you, Riscala, there's a local restaurant over here in Deerfield, Pompano that's called Papa's. It's a local sushi joint, and they had a shrimp burger on the menu, and it was something that was so delicious. And when I knew that Ron was coming on, I jumped on his website, and all I've been doing is looking at pictures of shrimp and videos of how they make these amazing burgers and the cooking instructions, and I've been hungry all morning.
We were talking about... and I'll have her on, I'll have the two of them on later, right after Ron. We'll have Rachel and Margaret Covello on. We're going to be talking about seafood festivals. But the last time I had them on, my mouth was just watering. All the different ideas that they have for cooking. Just a wide imagination, which for me is great because just gets kind of mundane, same old thing over and over and over. And I don't have that imagination like some people do. So to come up with the idea of having a burger made out of shrimp is just, I never thought about it. So somebody was using the head there. Somebody's using the noggin, as they refer to, when they came up with that. So you liked what you tried out? You liked them?
Absolutely. You know, it was so healthy. It was so delicious. They put a little red pepper in, served it up with some arugula salad, and it was such a great alternative. I mean, it was extremely filling, which was great. And you know, I went over there not too long ago, and I asked for it, and they took it off the menu for I think just the winter months. I'm not sure why. But it was a real nice alternative to, you know, the red meat burger.
Wow.
And even with Ron's product, I couldn't wait to order it. And, you know, I don't think he ships direct. I think you have to go to the store and find it. And
yeah.
I'm eager to find out where you can pick those up. I'd love to try his product.
He has released them. I think it's okay to say it now. He's released them to a variety of different stores. One of the most popular stores is Publix. You can find them at Publix. In the frozen food section, I think it is. What I liked about what they did is they found a way to be able to bind all the shrimp together without a lot of other stuff that is unneeded. And the shrimp that they use are not farm-raised shrimp. They're wild shrimp. So there's a lot of positive things behind it. And again, I never thought of it. I would have never ever. I've heard of fish burgers. You know, when you catch a fish big enough, we've done that. But I never thought about taking shrimp and putting them together in a way where you could form a patty, if you will. And I'm going to be picking some up today. We're going to try some on the barbecue. See what it's like to barbecue them. And my mouth is watering just thinking about it. So anyway, yeah, we'll have some of those in a little while. So you can find them at Publix. I think it's called the Big Little Shrimp Company. He may have a different name for it. That's why I wanted him to come on and tell us. He may be having some kind of issue this morning. This isn't the only thing he does. He's also a realtor, and he's a realtor down in Miami, of all places. And a lot of times he's in the downtown area. That's one of his areas that he works. So it's possible that he's got something going on. He couldn't call in. Anyway, hopefully we'll get some more information about that. Go ahead.
Well, I've been doing a little research, Riscala, because I plan on going to find a box of this. It's a bright blue box with a big picture of a shrimp burger on it, and a cute little shrimp with a captain's hat on. And I can tell you the ingredients, they're using all organic flour. I think there's a little egg in there to bind it together.
Yep.
He's got red pepper in there. So I'm sitting here looking at the ingredients myself, and as soon as we get off the show, that's where I'll be headed.
I'll be headed. I have one of the stores not too far from me. I'll be headed that way because it's going to Sundays are, you know, those who listen to the show know that I'm very passionate about family and not just my own, all families. It's just something that is within me. And Sundays I devote to my kids. So after I do the show Sundays, I go out with the dog for a little while, and I come back and I start preparing for dinner. And most of the time we barbecue. Sometimes we do some other things, but a lot of the times it's a barbecue. So today's going to be a barbecue. We're going to check out these things, and next week I'll give you a report on how I liked them. They just sound delicious, and just talking about them is making my mouth water. Just wondering. Can't wait to get my hands on them. Anyway, that's something I'll be looking forward to.
Well, you get Rachel and Margaret involved, they'll come up with some blueberry hot sauce.
Oh, yes. I never, again, we talk about I never would have ever imagined blueberry hot sauce. My gosh. That just was something that just kind of knocked my socks off. That's why I like people like that. I would never have thought of that. I would have never, like I said, I would have never thought about taking shrimp and figuring out some way to put them together and binding them and making a burger out of it. I would have never, ever thought of that. I would have never thought of blueberry hot sauce. And that's something I think I would love, just because of the description of blueberries and hot sauce together. Wow. It's kind of a sweet, tingly kind of thing. I love spicy stuff.
Well, and we talked to the girls about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you and I are still talking about their recommendation for a blueberry hot sauce.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to hear what they're going to talk about, what they came up with in their kitchen this week.
Well, they got all kinds of things, but today we're going to be talking about Seafood Festival. And we can talk about some of the other stuff as well, but she mentioned to me about Seafood Festivals. I said, yes, because I don't know a whole lot about that's going on with Seafood Festivals. So let's let the listeners hear about the different seafood festivals that are happening, that are getting ready to happen, that'll be coming up in the future, where they're happening, and that kind of thing. I thought that would be pretty cool. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and then if you have something in mind with regard to a recipe or something, just ask them. While we've got them on the line, we'll go ahead and we'll get that info out there.
Perfect.
All right, so let's see. I'm still trying to reach Ron. I don't know what happened, but hopefully we still got a couple of minutes for him. He'll have time to call in and give us an update. Again, I don't know what the name is going to be in the store. I know the name of the company is Big Little Shrimp. You can find them at Publix. They're pretty neat the way that they decided to do this. I mean, him and I had a long discussion about how they talked about how they wanted to do it initially, and there was a lot of ideas that were thrown back and forth, and the final decision was we want to keep the stuff out of there we don't need in there. We don't want fillers in there. We don't want these other things that, like gluten, one of the other things that they were very careful about. We don't want gluten in it. So it's for most people, I think it's if you're not allergic to seafood, thank you God I'm not. It's going to be a pretty tasty dish, I can imagine, and it's going to be a pretty neat thing. I'm kind of excited to try it out.
Well, I'll tell you, I jumped on their website, Riscala, and they're saying that each shrimp burger only has 122 calories, low in carbs, high in omega-3s, zero saturated fat, and their processing plant is up in Mississippi. They've got some neat video on the website, but everything looks non-GMO. It's right up everybody's alley. Everyone can eat it.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they moved. Did you say Mississippi?
Yeah, on the website it's saying they've got a 25,000 square foot facility in Mississippi and using shrimp from up that way. So.
Either they were being made here or they were being made there, and now they're being made here. I think what happened was that they were being made here, but the demand has become so great they had to move it to a larger facility. But they were at one time made here. Everything was done here in Florida, other than the catching of the shrimp itself. Once the shrimp were caught, they were brought to the West Coast, I think around the Tampa area, and then they were processed there and then packaged and sent out. So maybe they moved it to Mississippi because of the demand. He told me that once people started to realize that this was available, he said the demand was like going through the roof. So I had, you said you went to a restaurant and had one? Is that where you tasted one?
Well, not one of his, but I'm going to. I went to a little local restaurant at a sushi place that does shrimp burgers, and I was just impressed with how flavorful they were. You could put any sauce on it, whether it be hot sauce, sweet sauce, anything from the sushi palette. I've not tried ketchup, but it was just a real filling, healthy, good-tasting way to serve a burger. You can eat it with the bread, without the bread, salad, but it was really enjoyable, and certainly can't wait to head up to Publix and get some. I'm going to put some on the grill today.
Well, I had, after I had found out about it, I spoke to another friend of mine and told him, these are going to be in the stores around the end of January, beginning of February. And they said, well, I tried them and I didn't like them. I said, this is a new product. So apparently there's other products out there that are shrimp burgers that they're not very tasty. They're not the kind of thing that would make your mouth water. So this is, if you've tried them before and you had a bad experience, this is not of that school, if you will. This is a different way that they have found of doing this. And I think the best part is a lot of times you're doing seafood, you don't, unless you specifically ask, is this farm raised? You don't know. And if it's farm raised, it's really not the best thing for you. Wild is the best. And these are wild caught. These are out in the ocean, caught wild, and then processed from there. So it's not a farming, again, you don't know what these fish are being fed when they're being farmed. We're out in the wild, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're eating what they're supposed to be eating. You never can tell. The same thing with, I run into this frequently with salmon. Well, farmed salmon is, my opinion, just my opinion, not the best thing in the world. Trying to stay away from anything that's farmed that is seafood that has been farmed.
Well, Riscala, the nice thing about his shrimp burgers are he is using full pieces of shrimp. So a lot of the other manufacturers might be chopping it up, using some byproducts.
And they're adding.
These are full shrimps that you can see the grill marks on his website. So that's going to be a big difference. You're getting the bite of almost a shrimp cocktail.
That's pretty cool. All right, well, we're up against the break, so we'll take a quick break, and I see that we're having a technical issue getting through to YachtRockMiami.com. We'll see if we can resolve that while we're on the break and get that out of the way. You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show. Good morning to you. I have Carolyn stash with Atlas Trax with me. Excuse me, it's this morning thing catching up to me. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show with your host, Scala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped. Even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion. Air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclub.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
Want to give your pet the celebrity treatment? Have you heard of Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care in Royal Palm Beach? They're located just off State Road 7 and have been servicing the area for 14 years. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care is the home of the Blueberry Facial, also specializing in tartar removal with 8 years of assisting in dental procedures. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care? They're more than just about dogs. They are the only experienced cat groomer in the area. They also cater to all breeds and sizes and open 6 days a week. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care, located just north of the Super Walmart in Royal Palm Beach. You can find them at 250 Business Parkway. They specialize in shampoos with no extra charge. Flea and tick dips also available. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care. You can give them a call at 561-793-9992. They also provide gift certificates for those looking for that special present. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care. 561-793-9992. They're located in Royal Palm Beach. That number, 561-793-9992. Call for your appointment today. 561-793-9992. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care, where your pet gets celebrity treatment.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise?
Surprise!
And unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on. When the sun shines
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right. A good morning to you. If you're just joining us, you can catch whatever you missed on the archives. The archives will be located on our Facebook page. You can go to Fishing in Florida on Facebook. You'll see an archive listed there. So anything that you've missed, you can always catch up on. I want to give a big thank you out to WCET FM 101.7 in Columbia, South Carolina. HighPoint Radio up there in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. KYAH out of Utah. And our latest affiliate, YACHTRockMiami.com. Smooth grooves all day long, all night strong. Thank you, YACHTRockMiami.com. We are having an issue connecting, and so if you on the other end of the microphone are having the sound is going up and down and things like that, it's not coming from this end. It's coming from the server itself. Something is happening. Hopefully we'll have all that straightened out shortly here. But in the meantime, I have Carolyn with Atlas Trax. A very unique product, a product that has a wide variety of applications. If you want to protect your stuff to the max, you got to talk to Carolyn at Atlas Trax. Welcome back, Carolyn.
Absolutely, Riscala. Happy to be here today.
And my next guests are Rachel and Margaret Covello, and they are also known as the Fishmongers. They have a magazine called FishmongerApproved.com. Welcome, ladies.
Good morning. Thanks for having us back today.
I enjoy having you guys on. Your imagination with regard to recipes and different ways to prepare food is something that I personally enjoy because I don't have that. And when I meet somebody like you who comes along and kind of paints a new picture for me, that really makes it interesting. So this morning we had hoped to get a little information about seafood festivals. What can you tell us about seafood festivals?
Well, there's a lot going on now. The weather's starting to turn a little bit nicer, and I think we've got a pretty good calendar of events on our webpage at fishmongerapproved.com, but we'll just give you kind of a rundown of what we've gone out and we've found that are up and coming. This weekend right now, and today's the last day for the Everglades Seafood Festival down in Everglades City. It's the 50th annual Everglades Seafood Festival. And it looks like it'd be a whole lot of fun if you're down in that area to stop by and check it out. And then next weekend, right in our backyard, there's the Cortez Commercial Fishing Festival, and that's in Bradenton, Florida. It looks like it'd be a kind of a different, unique kind of an event. It's based on an old Florida fishing theme.
I'm one of the oldest, from what I understand. We have a blog on our page about Cortez from a guest writer that came on board, but from what I understand, Cortez is one of the oldest fishing festivals, or commercial fishing areas left.
Right.
So if you want old Florida, that would be that's one that I'm hoping we're going to get to.
We're probably going to check that one out for sure next weekend, yeah. And then, hopping over to Punta Gorda on February 21st through the 23rd. They've got it's a new traditional. I guess this one is a little bit more recent. They're going to have in Port Charlotte, a seafood festival. And again, admission is free for all of these events, which is another bonus, point so you can take your family and have a good time. Clearwater's got Blues Fest, Seafood Blues Festival coming up on the 22nd and the 23rd. It's on the Intercoastal Causeway in Clearwater, and it's a beautiful area if you've never been there. Plus the music, I'm sure, is going to be something, that's kind of special as goes along with the seafood as an attraction. For you guys down in Jupiter, the same weekend, we've got a Jupiter Seafood Festival in Carlin Park, and it looks like, what do you think this is? This looks like it's kind of a fun event.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Hey, anywhere there's seafood, it sounds fun. What seafood festivals are coming up? We have them all on our website, but are there any that you guys go to during the year? Or that are
yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm lucky. I've got one in my backyard. The Pompano Beach Seafood Festival is, I just looked it up, April 24th to the 26th this year. They've got live bands, music, vendors, close down the whole street. It's a great event. I'm not sure if it's on your website, but that's maybe one to add.
April. I'm looking.
Which one is it? Yeah, we're checking. There's so many. You said which one is this? The Pompano?
Pompano Beach Seafood Festival, April 24th to 26th.
All right.
Awesome.
I'll look that one up. Yeah, there's one in, looks like in Jacksonville. We've got one. No, actually, St. Augustine. I'm sorry. St. Augustine is in March, so that might be a little bit closer.
You better mark your calendars, because I have not yet been to St. Augustine, and that is like a bucket list place for me to go. I heard it's so beautiful.
Wow.
I was just I met the other day. I met the one of the gentlemen that runs the visitors bureau out there. So we're looking to get out to St. Augustine too, and then Marco Island is also in March. That's March 20th. Marco Island is, for those who haven't been to Marco Island, it's probably one of the most beautiful areas to visit along the West Coast. Definitely one of my favorite places in the area.
I
do a catamaran.
haven't been to Marco Island in many, many years. My dad took us there when I was younger, and we would fish there as well as Naples. We would fish along those areas, and it was the thing I remember the most about Marco Island was, I don't know if it's still like this, there were shells everywhere. My gosh, it was like walking on shells. It was almost like some of the stuff that you see on TV where they walk up to a beach and you don't even see the sand. You just so many shells. Is it still like that? Do you know?
Yeah, I was there. So I've been to Marco Island a couple of times over the last couple of years, but 2 years ago, I stayed at the JW Marriott in Marco Island. It was the most gorgeous hotel I think one of my favorite hotels I've ever stayed in. And we took a catamaran tour over to this little island, and I can't remember the name of the island, but it was exactly what you're talking about. This little island that they took us over to was full. It was for shelling. So we got lots of shells. Kind of reminds me a little of a Sanibel Island. Sanibel, of course, is known for all their shells. Although it looks like it's changed a little bit over the last couple of years with some of the storms that have come in, but there's still lots of shells to be found there.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful areas.
That's
and Naples has great seafood too. We were just in Naples and had some great seafood, like Cava Lounge, and the Hampton Social had some delicious seafood, some of the best we've had in that area. And then of course HC on the Gulf is probably one of my favorite seafood. It's a restaurant at a hotel at the Naples Beach Golf Resort, but some of the best seafood we've had.
My goodness. And now, for those who don't know what you guys do, let's talk about that for just a moment, because I think that's important. You are called a fishmonger for a reason. Why is that?
You want to talk about the fishmonger, Margaret?
Well, I'm a fishmonger because basically it's a trade where, you basically what I do is purvey fish and then, sell it to the public, teach. What we're doing right now, though, with where I've basically grown into is we're trying to do more of an educational online magazine that's basically it's focused on everything seafood for the consumer. It's educational and how do you shop for it? What do you look for? What do you ask for when you're out dining? How do you actually fillet a fish? We've got a lot of instructional videos online that speaks to and shows you, techniques on how to fillet fish, cooking demos, recipes, articles that are, focused around seafood. So, that's kind of where we're heading to right now with the fishmonger approach.
And the name Fishmonger Approved, I don't know if I've actually shared this before, but dining out with Margaret is both a pleasure and a curse. Obviously, I enjoy her company when we dine out, but she's so picky because she knows her seafood. She could tell, we could go out to eat, she could tell if the shrimp has sulfites and that it didn't come local. She can tell if
Gosh, I wish I could do that.
It's really grouper. So I always get nervous anytime we try a new restaurant because I'm waiting for her to give me a look. And once Margaret's unhappy with what she's eating, it ruins the entire meal and the whole date night experience. But what I noticed though is that when Margaret finds a restaurant where the seafood is top quality and the food is delicious, there's a look of her face and a smile on her face that you can't replace. And so I came to the conclusion that our brand had to be called Fishmonger Approved, because that smile when she's eating seafood means that restaurant is an approved restaurant. One of the things we are really wanting to focus a little bit more on this coming year is working with restaurants who might not, we've talked about doing a certification process where we say that these restaurants are Fishmonger approved for quality and taste, but we're also wanting to help restaurants that aren't quite there. And how do they get there? what are some of the suppliers they can use or some of the techniques they can use to improve their seafood on site? Can they learn how to fillet it right on site to give the customer a better experience? So we're also looking to do some consulting in that space too.
Interesting.
To bring in the expert like Margaret. So
what I was alluding to with Margaret was the way that I understand it is the reason that she's a fishmonger is that she's paid the dues. She's done it. She's been the chef. She's been the person who's walked the whole 9 yards, if you will. And having that experience allows her to be someone who can say, yes, this is, prepared properly. No, this is not prepared properly. So that's kind of what I was alluding to. It's not somebody who theorizes. It's somebody who's actually been there and done it.
That's so correct. I mean, I have paid my dues. I have had a restaurant. I had a seafood market, and I've actually had the pleasure, and it's been pain and suffering along the way. But you develop relationships with the fishermen, and that in itself, I'm proud of, and humbled by it too, because they're hard workers. And then when you gain their respect, it's something that you've earned. And being a fishmonger to me is you basically know how to from the time it's sourced, how it's processed on the vessels or offshore, and right down to the way it's kept in your shop before you fillet it, and then the fillet process, everything along the lines to putting it on the table for the customer is what I did. I did that for years, and so as my business, I had to close it. I was forced to because the marina that I was in, they did some renovations, and they actually removed the entire building. So that's why I've moved to the this level of where we're at. It's the educational piece that we're offering in Fishmonger. So I'd say I paid my dues along the way.
While I'm thinking about it, and it's on my mind because it'll quickly. I'm at the age where I walk into a room and go, well, "What did I do?" So while I'm thinking about it, I want to make sure that we get the website out there. The website for fishmongerapproved.com. What is the website?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So Fishmonger, all one word, of course. Well, URL is always all one word, but fishmongerapproved.com. We also do have a YouTube channel and a Facebook and social media pages. Those are all linkable from that website. And going back to those seafood festivals, if you click on our event calendar, it has a list of dozens. We have an admin who literally sits there, and all she does is put events in the calendar so we can make sure that our followers and our readers know what to do and what kind of fun things are around.
Well, I was telling Carolyn before you guys came on, the one thing that I so much enjoy about you two is that you have this imagination that comes into play when we're thinking about preparing foods that it's beyond me. I mean, I can't. That's why I enjoy having people like you and speaking with people like you. It brings in, it's almost like a breath of fresh air, if you will, a new vision, a new way to look at something. And what I enjoy is that you guys share it with everybody. It's not a secret. It's out there to be. If you go on the internet and you go to fishmongerapproved.com, you'll find what we're talking about. You'll find recipes. You'll find videos. It's just a whole truckload, if you will, of information for those who are interested in finding different ways of preparing. And is it just seafood? I know it's primarily seafood, but do you do other stuff as well?
We have things on there like different seasonings that Margaret's put together. We have a couple. We even put a dessert on there one day just because it's a dessert we tend to eat all the time. So sometimes we'll finish our meal with that. She has some salsas on there. You have what? Tools. Yeah, we do have some recommended tools. We're going to be adding a lot more to our directory in the months to come. We're working on some projects around that. So lots more to come, but when it comes to cooking, of course, I get the best experience in the world over here.
You get to eat it.
So y'all will have to come over and visit someday and have one of Margaret's homemade meals too.
Wow.
But sometimes Margaret, she's brought up before. Well, we're giving all these recipes away, but part of that is because we want to educate and we want to build ourselves up as that trusted advisor in that seafood space. And she's just got such a wealth of knowledge and such amazing recipes that they should be shared. So I hope
I think it's wonderful. I think it's really great. You know, if
I have to tell you what I like about the recipe section is you girls put a picture of what it's supposed to look like when it's done, so it gives us incentive to make our meals look like that. So thank you for the photos.
So, you know, do you ever go on Pinterest?
Yes.
So I laugh sometimes though, because if I try to recreate some of the things that Margaret's made, I would have to post a picture of like what it was supposed to look like and what it actually looked like, and hashtag Pinterest fail. But no, she's great at making things. You know, she's not going over the top in what things should look like, not making it so fancy that it's not approachable to the average, you know, home chef. Yeah, I do the photography, but she makes it look really pretty, so it makes it easier.
Wow.
But thank you.
Well, ladies, that's what happens to us when we're having a good time. The time flies by. We're up against a break. I want to thank you both for taking the time to call in, sharing with us the information. It's always informative. Greatly appreciate it. Let me give Carolyn an opportunity to say goodbye to you, and then we're going to go to a break. Once again, thank you.
Rachel and Margaret, thank you for putting so much information on your website. I really enjoy going there.
Thanks, Carolyn.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, ladies, wish you an awesome day. Here we go.
You're listening to the Fishing in Florida Show with your host, Rascala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped, even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion: air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478. Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclub.com. That's www.susanclub.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
Do you own a laser printer, copier, or a fax? Well then, listen close to this announcement. Laser Technologies has been providing high-quality, frustration-free toner cartridges that are guaranteed not to harm your equipment for over 20 years. Laser Technologies will save you on your supplies with high quality and fast delivery. Savings up to 50%. Laser Technologies supplies toner, imaging drums, developer and cartridges for most of the major brands. For a price quote, send an email to service@laser-technologies.com. Include your printer make and model for your part number. Call us at 561-792-9600. That's 561-792-9600. Laser Technologies, providing 100% of the quality at a fraction of the price. 561-792-9600.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise?
Surprise! Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids Even the smallest moments can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on. When the sun shines all day. It just caught me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah. Fishing and blowing on.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, we are back. It is the Fishing in Florida Show, an honor and a privilege to have you listen in. Got a little bit of technical difficulty this morning. Got that out of the way. We were having an issue connecting with YACHTRockMiami.com, and we got that out of the way. Thank you, Yacht Rock Miami. They fixed it up on their end, so we're now live on YACHTRockMiami.com. And they are a tune-in station, so if you have the tune-in app, you can just go to YachtRockMiami.com and you can find us there. Many different ways you can find us. That's one. Another way you can, if you're on the web, you can go to www.WCETFM.com. That is our home network. They are 101.7 out of Columbia. If you are up in the New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania area, you can find us on 1690, HighPoint Radio up there. In Utah, you can find us on 540 AM, Utah's Talk Authority. And, of course, Yacht Rock Miami, our latest and greatest affiliate. Thank you so very much down there in Miami, YachtRockMiami.com. They smooth grooves all day long, all night strong. I was listening to that station the other day, and very, very easygoing music, very pleasant. Very one of those things, if you want to relax, if you want to go somewhere, it's some relaxing music, that's the place to go. This morning, I have Carolyn with Atlas Trax with me. If you want to protect your stuff to the max, you got to talk to Carolyn at Atlas Trax. Welcome back, Carolyn.
Absolutely, Riscala. I'm happy to be here.
And let's see, my next guest, Missy King. Missy was doing stuff for Habitat for Humanity. I asked her to come back on and give us an update. Let's find out what's going on. Good morning.
Good morning to you. And the tournament is getting close. It's next month, March 13th, captain's meeting. And the fishing date is the 14th, and we got a surprise guest coming on the 13th for the captain's meeting. We also have redfish, trout, and sheephead. Bonus is just a boo-boo prize, a 150 catfish we're doing. And then we're going to have a mystery fish also.
Wow.
And, of course, all of these proceeds for this tournament, you guys, goes, it's to help low-income families need a safe, decent, and affordable home, just to get them in a home.
This is what I like. This is what I like about people like Missy. They're out there doing their thing, and what they do really benefits us all. If we are a society that can help those who are in need, that helps the society. It really does. And what people like Missy do is they go out there and perform a service, and the finances and the proceeds that come from that are taken and donated to people who are in need of a home. Is it Habitat for Humanity? Am I right, Missy?
Yes, you are. It's Habitat of Humanity.
And
it's also, as you know, an own Country Girl Salon. So it's Missy King's Cooking for Habitat, presented by Country Girl Salon for Habitat of Humanity. And also, if anybody likes to sponsor, they can get on the Habitat for Humanity, Ocala.org, because we are looking for sponsors. And anybody that sponsors will get on all the swag, meaning the social media, flyers, T-shirts, logos, everything for Habitat, which is pretty cool, too, for them.
So let's take just a second and talk about Habitat. What do they do?
What Habitat does is it helps people that normally wouldn't be able to buy a home. It helps them. You have to do like service with other homes, community hours, so to speak, but it's on building 250 hours towards and it goes towards your down payment on your home, which is amazing. And they're also, Habitat is their own bank. So when you get approved for this home, you have no interest. There's no interest on the loan. They only have to put $1,200 down, which they can pay as they're doing their 250 hours on other homes. And They've helped vets. They've helped people that were living in unconditional homes, I'll just say, get in a safe environment.
How cool. And
it really is. There's a whole program they help people through, and if your credit is not all there, it does not matter. They help you with that too. Like I said, they are their own bank.
Is that the organization that Jimmy Carter was working for or working in, or am I mistaken?
Habitat of Humanity, yes.
Yeah, that's the one Jimmy Carter was involved in. So, not only do they make this stuff affordable, in some cases they actually build the house, right?
Yes, that 250 hours you help build the house, and other people help build the house. And actually, funny story, your house might have, like, say, where it's going to be one nail might be three. Just saying, because it's volunteers that help build it. It's a very strong house. And there's a contractor that's on site with you, of course, with the volunteers. And then they break for lunch, and they also pray over your house, which I think is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Missy, what's the average size of a house? How long does it take for a group of volunteers to build a home?
Okay, it depends on the family. You have to qualify for the family. You can get a 3-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, a 4-bedroom. So that's why you have to call Habitat, and they will qualify you to see what your family needs. So there's
and then how long for a build time on an average house?
An average house, I have a lady that we sponsored now from the salon. It's taken her about 18 months because she had to get her 250 hours and work on her down, and they just now cleared her a lot, so everything's getting started for her right now. So everybody's different. It depends on if they have things, to get straight, to get, qualified.
The 250 hours that you mentioned, that is, am I mistaken? You're helping build other homes when in that 250 hours? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, correct. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Everybody wins.
It's an amazing experience.
Everybody wins. That's the kind of thing that I so much enjoy promoting, where everybody wins. I have several people come on that are they're people who are enthusiasts about our resources. The one of them that comes to mind is CCA of Florida. Another one that comes to mind is Ocean Aid 360. These are people who give back, and as a result of giving back, everybody wins. And that's the kind of thing I think we should always promote whenever we can. So I think you mentioned, but I want to mention again, if people want to get involved, if a business wants to get involved, what if a private, just an individual wants to get involved? They can get involved as well? They can make donations as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they definitely can make donations as well.
Okay, how
do they do that? Do not just money. There's also in-kind sponsorships, meaning if you want to donate, just say a package at your business, say your auto place, you want to donate door mat or floor mats or whatever, or any type of business, it would be called in-kind sponsorship, which is also a sponsorship level.
Wow.
Yeah, because they can donate that for raffles and stuff, auctions we're doing. And I'm glad you mentioned CCA because Lisa Fitzgerald is going to be at the tournament to help, if any, because I'd like to keep the fish alive if I could. And I know it's not an option for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So this will, with Lisa being there, it will give, with her group being there, an option that we can keep them alive.
That's great.
But we're not going to disqualify anybody or take any points off. It's for Habitat. This is a charity tournament. If they bring the fish in, it's not alive.
And
so, Missy, can you tell us the name of the tournament? You mentioned the tournament on the 13th, but what is the name of that tournament?
Missy King's Hooking for Habitat.
Beautiful.
And where is this one going to be at, Missy?
It's going to be, you can fish the whole Gulf of Mexico. The captain's reception dinner is going to be at the American Legion on Highway 41 in Dunellen. And the weigh-in is at Fort Captain's Cove Outfitters. That's at 39 County Road 40, Inglis, Florida.
Sweet.
So it's right in, yes, and he's got an ice machine there, everything there. So it's actually an awesome spot. And those places both donated their spots. So shout out to them as well to have this tournament.
Wow. Is this expected to be a one-day thing or a couple of days or what?
Just one day. The captain's meeting is the 13th, and the tournament is the 14th.
That's great.
The
And
13th to 14th of March.
with regard to the tournament itself, is there a website for the tournament itself?
Yes, you can get on habitatocala.org, and you could click on events and hit fishing.
Okay. Excellent. Well, again, I love promoting this kind of thing because everybody wins, and it's kind of, in a way, kind of selfish because I'm part of everybody. but yeah, I do. I really enjoy doing that.
I appreciate that. I'm sure everybody appreciates what you do.
Well, I appreciate.
Missy, I have a quick question for you. Folks that are doing their 250 hours, or they don't have to have any experience, right? They can learn while they're doing their 250 hours.
That's a good question.
Exactly. And, not just anybody building a home either, or getting a home. You can volunteer with Habitat to help build other people's homes. And it's, like I said, just an amazing experience. You don't, say I'm a homeowner, but yet I want to help Habitat, somebody who's trying to get a home built. You can. And this is the thing. If you want to learn a skill, you can, like putting in a door or putting in drywall or something, you can learn that while you're helping these families.
It's one of the things that we are really missing on that has been brought to the spotlight recently. The skill level in our country has been kind of pushed aside for many years in place of degrees. Not that there's anything wrong with degrees, but there's kind of an imbalance there. And now the requirement for people with skills, particularly in the construction area, are pretty high. Because that's not something that we took shop out of school. We don't have home ec in school. I think all of that is gradually coming back in. They've realized the importance of all that. And that would be a great way to get some experience, to go help build a house for somebody and then, pick up a skill along the way. That's phenomenal.
Yes, and it's very well needed. Like you said, they've taken all technical skills, and even our local college, CF, got their 4-year college now and got rid of their technical programs. So this is a wonderful opportunity for someone to learn electrical or just any kind of almost apprenticeship with Habitat.
That's pretty cool.
So can someone just volunteer for a day or two? How would they find out where a home site is? You'll welcome someone in for a day or two, or do you have to commit a little bit more time to helping?
No, you can come in for a day or two or as many as you can. You would just get on the Habitat website, the habitatocala.org. And there's another page that you click for volunteers, and then they'll leave your email, and it'll walk you through on how to fill it out so they can get in touch with you.
And this is happening all over, right? I mean, it's all over the United States that you guys are doing this, but I mean, this is happening all over Florida as well, right? So it's not limited to the area that you're in. It's not just Ocala.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's great. People helping people is something that I've always believed in. My friends, growing up, my friends would make fun of me if I saw a lady that was pulled over, had a flat. Back then we didn't have, I'm going back to the dinosaur days. Back then we didn't have cell phones and things like that. And if I saw somebody that had a problem on the side of the road, I would pull over and help them. And I wouldn't take money. It wasn't about money for me. It was about the satisfaction of knowing that I've helped somebody. And my friends would make fun of me, you idiot, they would have paid you $5. I didn't, again, it wasn't about money. It was about a belief that has, I don't know, forever, as far back as I can remember, that we're here to help each other in whatever capacity that we carry. We're here to help each other,
And I truly feel that way too. And I truly believe if you give, you're going to get back twofold.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of like a law of the universe, if you will. If you put it out there, it'll come back to you, and that can be on both sides. It can be good and bad.
Right.
So let's put the good out there. We hear about a lot of bad. Let's put the good out there, and it's easy if you look for it. Again, I mentioned a couple of them: CCA of Florida. Ocean A 360. There's a couple of more that I just can't think of right off the bat. Here's another one, Missy King with her Missy King tournament, and the proceeds all go to benefit everybody. And that's the kind of thing. We have more of that, I promise you. More people are going to be a lot more happier. We're not going to have some of the problems that we have today where people feel like they've been left out or they're depressed or whatever. If for me, in my personal life, when I had situations where I felt like life was really getting me down, and when I reached out and helped other people, that actually helped me. That's just for me. I don't know if that's true with other people, but that helped me. When I saw that somebody needed, I was not feeling well, but somebody needed my help in whatever area that was that I could help them in, and I helped them, I actually felt better. So I think that it might fall in place with other people as well. Getting out there and volunteering your time, the most valuable thing we have. Regardless of how much material you have, the most valuable thing that you have is your time. When you donate your time, when you give of your time to someone else, that is the greatest asset that you can volunteer away to somebody. Not $1 million, not $1 billion, not $1 trillion, because that can all be made and unmade. That can all be given and taken away. The time that you have is a finite number, whatever that number is. And when you give away from that, you're giving of the very essence of yourself. So for me, volunteering, and especially in something like Habitat for Humanity, is awesome. I thank you guys who do stuff like that. And I thank you, Missy, going out of your way and doing what you do to see to it that other people are helped. Because I am sure that there is a need out there and that you help fill that need. Greatly appreciate that.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And thank you for having me on the show to talk about this.
Well,
absolutely, Missy.
Yeah, we're going to have you back, and you can give us an update. Again, okay. When is this tournament before we go? When is the tournament?
It's March 13th, captain's meeting, and the tournament is March 14th.
Cool.
And again, habitatocala.org.
Great. Let me give Carolyn an opportunity to say goodbye, and then we'll go to a break. Thank you again, Missy. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Missy, good luck with the tournament. Can't wait to see some of the photos.
Okay, honey, and thank you, honey, and you have a good day, too.
All right, you got it.
All right, here we go.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show with your host, Scala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Thinking of moving? Before you do anything else, call Diane Whittick. She provides a concierge service. Things like having your home or condo packed and shipped, even take care of your home repairs or upgrades. Diane has the expertise to get it done. As a seller, you will have constant contact. She will furnish you with bids on any services that might need completion: air conditioning, plumbing, handyman, and even cleaning. Living up north and have a home to sell here in South Florida? Just give her the keys, address, and a signature. Your payment will be wired when the property is sold. That's right, Diane does it all. Thinking of buying? Diane has great listening skills. Tell her what you want, give her your budget, and like a genie, she will make your real estate wish come true. There's no regrets when you choose Diane Whittick. To reach Diane, call 561-247-5478. That's 561-247-5478.
Want to give your pet the celebrity treatment? Have you heard of Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care in Royal Palm Beach? They're located just off State Road 7 and have been servicing the area for 14 years. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care is the home of the Blueberry Facial, also specializing in tartar removal with 8 years of assisting in dental procedures. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care? They're more than just about dogs. They are the only experienced cat groomer in the area. They also cater to all breeds and sizes and open 6 days a week. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care, located just north of the Super Walmart in Royal Palm Beach. You can find them at 250 Business Parkway. They specialize in shampoos with no extra charge. Flea and tick dips also available. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care. You can give them a call at 561-793-9992. They also provide gift certificates for those looking for that special present. Hollywood Pet Grooming and Care. 561-793-9992. They're located in Royal Palm Beach. That number, 561-793-9992. Call for your appointment today. 561-793-9992. Holly Wolf Pet Grooming and Care, where your pet gets celebrity treatment.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise?
Surprise!
Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
While other stations just talk a good game, we win it.
Hey, sounds like somebody's having a lot of fun.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing and blowing on. When the sun shines all day. It just caught me a grouper. So I'm fishing and blowing on. Oh yeah. Fishing and blowing on.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, we are back. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Beautiful morning here in South Florida. I'm having a little bit of problem with the board again. Just about time I think I've got it out, it messes up on me. Anyway, beautiful day here in South Florida. This morning I have Carolyn Stash with Atlas Trax with me. My favorite thing about Carolyn, if you want to protect whatever it is that you love to the max, you got to get a hold of Carolyn over at Atlas Trax because she can do some phenomenal stuff with her technology. Welcome back, Carolyn. Thank you for being co-host this morning.
Absolutely, Riscala. I wouldn't miss this on a Sunday morning for anything.
Oh, God
Except
bless
fishing.
you. Yeah, that's a good reason. We talked about, we had Margaret and Rachel on earlier with the fishmongerapproved.com magazine and all the different things that they provide. My next guest has something similar, except that you can actually go visit, fish, catch, and cook. Or maybe she'll even cook it for you. And her name is Nicole. Nicole, good morning. Thank you for taking time to call in.
Good morning.
Go ahead, Carol.
Good morning, Nicole.
How is everybody?
We're doing good. So I wanted to bring you on. I haven't had you on in a while, and I thought what you did was pretty cool. I wanted you to share with the listeners because we haven't heard from you, and gosh, it's probably been a couple of months now. What it is that you do? What does Nicole do?
So I have a fishing bed and breakfast down in Venice, Louisiana. And what I do is basically market, book, put everything together. I cook, clean. Basically, the guests just show up with their alcohol if they choose to drink, and I kind of handle the rest. If they need a captain to do inshore fishing, offshore fishing, bow fishing, fly fishing, anything above while they're visiting, I kind of can get that set up for them. Or if they already have their own charter lined up, I provide them with, their bed, breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks. And I actually physically come in and cook all home-cooked Cajun meals for them while they're visiting. I try to give them, part of the lifestyle of the whole visiting Louisiana, Cajun crawfish, shrimp, oysters, If you're allergic to seafood, it's probably not a good spot for you. But if you are offshore, if you're fishing, then I've had some interesting clients, but it's a really fun experience for them, and it gives them the ability to sit back and relax.
Really relax, yeah.
Have a good time, and I'm the host, and I have had nothing but great success so far. I mean, this is the third year going into the business, and I do everything myself. I don't have any help or any employees. So it does get a little overwhelming sometimes with the cooking and everything, but
doing
I seem to make it work.
doing it all yourself, you know that it's done right. Isn't that
Exactly.
Isn't that what they say? If you want it done
That's,
right.
everybody always says, they're like, why don't you hire help? I'm like, yeah, but then I'm having to watch them and make sure they're doing the right thing. And,
Yeah.
If I mess up, it's on me.
Yeah.
So I just don't mess up.
So I think it's pretty cool. I can come to your place. I can go fishing. You'll clean the fish and you'll cook the fish. Is that right?
Yeah, a lot of times your captain will clean it, and then I kind of clean it up for them before I cook it. Or, if they want, say they caught yellowfin tuna and they want some sashimi, we'll do some sashimi. If they caught some redfish and they want to do, a pan-seared redfish, I'll do a crawfish and shrimp étouffée that goes over top of the redfish pan-seared, with some asparagus and cheddar cheese biscuits. There's all kinds of different things that we can do with the food and stuff, and especially with your fresh catches. A lot of times clients do want their fresh catches, and then a lot of times they're like, no, we're taking this home, or so it just kind of depends on them and what they want to do.
Yeah, it's nice.
But I do a lot of things. It doesn't even have to be fresh catches. I do jambalayas, with fresh shrimp from the docks right there. I'll do shrimp and chicken gumbos. I do, a fresh shrimp Alfredo. The shrimp is coming right there from the docks, and they're huge down there in Venice. Our shrimp gets so big. Sometimes we'll fry up some fish. Like if they want to do a crawfish broil, it's a little extra to go over and beyond. But the basic meals, yeah, absolutely. And everybody's, they're happy with it.
I think it's great. What do you think?
And it's better than, go into the marina every single night. They're getting the experience of someone right there cooking their stuff, their fresh catch, and you're not having to go eat fried food every single night at the marina. And we don't have restaurants. We don't have grocery stores. We're down in Venice, Louisiana. If you look it up on the maps, we're down, they call it in the middle of nowhere. They call it the end of the world. Venice, Louisiana. And it is. You have to drive. I have to drive 4-hour round trip just to go to the grocery store.
Oh my gosh.
So
wow.
Yeah, it is definitely out of the way. So
well, that says.
I really loved it.
Can you tell us a little bit about your bed and breakfast?
Yeah. Tell you about it.
How many bedrooms? How many people can stay with you?
So because it is just me, I just take one set of clients at a time, and I'm partnered with 14 houseboats right there at the marina. So I have Cypress Cove Marina and Venice Marina, and I have all different size houseboats. I have 1 bedroom to 4 bedroom, 5 bedrooms.
Wow.
1 bathroom to 3 bathrooms. So depending on how big your party is. For me, I do 4 people minimum in order for it to make sense. Like I said, it's a 4-hour round trip for me to go to the grocery store. Then I'm cooking all day. So for me, I have to do 4 people at least minimum, and then all the way up to however many you have. If you have, a group of 12, I can cater to them. So, or even more, because in that case, I would have to probably hire help out just for the weekend, but it's no problem at all. Just with the cooking and everything. But no, it's great. The houseboats are super nice. There is some crappy areas of the houseboat area, but I'm definitely only partnered with that more higher end. And then I have condos now. This year we just brought on some condos, which is really cool. So if you have a really big party and you're, willing to, I guess, pay a little bit extra, because the condos are super expensive. They rent them out really, really expensive per night. But if you're willing to do that, or you have such a big group, like in case a party of 12, and you guys all want to stay together, and you want to, obviously you want to eat together, you want to stay together and everything, the condos is the way to go. And those are right on the water as well. So yeah, it's really, waterfront property, the houseboats, the condos, everything is right there. Your captain literally picks you up in the morning. You step foot from your houseboat onto your charter. They take you fishing, and then they bring you back. And you can either get dropped off at the marina when they're filleting fish, take pictures, go get you a drink at the marina, or you can get dropped off at the houseboat, whatever you prefer. And like I said, I'm partnered with captains, like from anything from inshore, which is going to be your redfish, your trout, your sheephead. Offshores, we get, massive yellowfin tuna. They just caught a 230-pound yellowfin tuna literally yesterday. And swordfish, when red snappers in season, our amberjack, your wahoo. And for Venice, you don't have to go off so far. Like in Florida, I know you have to go.
Yeah.
Gosh, you have to go like 100 miles just to get a yellowfin tuna. In Venice, you could go like 20 or 30 miles and get a max out on yellowfin tuna.
A couple 100-pound yellowfin, that would keep me busy for a while.
Oh, definitely. And, nothing is better than your fresh catch yellowfin tuna, and then you sit there and make up a sashimi with some soy sauce and wasabi.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it is so good. It's so much fun. We really have a blast down there.
We had a couple of people on before you, Rachel and Margaret Covello with fishmongerprove.com. I think you guys are birds of the same feather, if you will. They come up with some of the most amazing ideas with regard to preparing food, and they even have videos on how to prepare some of the food. So you're right along with them. You're reminding me of them, is what you're saying. What is a typical stay for people? A couple of days, 4 days?
So. Yeah, it really depends. Typically, people do want to stay 2 to 3 to 4 days because they want to fish. Like they'll be like, Nicole, I want to do an inshore trip and I want to do an offshore and I wouldn't mind doing a bow fishing. They want to experience it down there if they're going to come. Or I've got people that are like, strictly, I want to go offshore fishing. I'm coming for 4 days and I want 3 of the 4. I want to go offshore fishing every single day. Okay, so. It really depends on them. And then I have guys that literally come in for one night. I had a big group last year come in for one day. They wanted to come in, fish real quick, and then they had to leave. They had a bachelor party or something to get back to in New Orleans, and they wanted to stay, so they came in, got all their meals. It was definitely a quick stay. There was a turnaround for me and them, but it worked out perfect. I mean, they showed up, they got their dinner. I woke up, cooked them breakfast, made their lunches, and kind of sent them on their way. But and they went fishing, and I guess they came in and probably just headed up the road after coming in from fishing instead of staying. Which like I said, a lot of people want to stay, enjoy it. Get to experience different things, but there's not much to do in Venice. If you're not a sportsman or into fishing or hunting or any of the outdoor activities, Venice is probably not the place for you. We don't have like kayaking and hiking or activities of that nature. It's really kind of strictly to like the fishing, and there's a lot of hunting now. Like we've got gator hunting, hog hunting, duck hunting.
Wow.
There's even deer, but I don't really think they do guides for that. Nutri-rats, which is really a cool thing because I actually went nutri-rat hunting a couple weeks ago, and we actually cooked the nutri-rat afterwards. And you would never think that a nutri-rat would taste so good, but it was phenomenal. We made it with in a gravy with some rice, and nutri-rat eats nothing but vegetables, so it's actually a very healthy. Coming off the land, it's a healthy animal versus going into the grocery store and buying it. So it's really like kind of depends on the client and their preference and everything. Like a lot of people probably would have turned down the whole, I want to eat a nutri-rat, but honestly, it was really good. I am not gonna lie. It tastes way better than chicken. Way better.
I'm gonna tell you my ignorance. I never heard of a nutri-rat until you just mentioned it. I didn't even know what that. What is it? Does it look like a rabbit? Does it?
You gotta look it up.
I'm going to.
It's a very interesting looking creature, but it's cool and it's fun, and people hunt them, and like I said, you can definitely eat them, and they're very healthy. So you're living off the land.
Nutri-rat.
Rascal, it almost looks beaver-like.
Really?
It does look like kind of like a beaver. Yeah, kind of.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So,
I had never heard of it. Have you heard of it before, Carolyn?
Never. I just looked it up now. I'm like, what is this Nutrirat? Thinking it's a little 6-pound thing. It looks like it would water. It's grazing on a lot of grass, so it's interesting.
I have.
Yeah, they get big too. They get really quite big. So.
Wow, that's. Yeah, I'm always learning on this show. One of the things I enjoy about doing this show, I am always learning. I'd never heard of a Nutrirat. Now you got my curiosity going. As soon as the show is over, I'm going to go look up what this is and see what we're talking about. Again, learning. Never stop learning. All right, well, this is what happens. When we're having a good time, we're running out of time quickly. So before we go, I want to give you an opportunity. If people want to get more information about what you do, Nicole, what's the easiest and best way to do that?
So they can look me up. I have YouTube, I have Instagram, but probably the best way to get in touch with me for the bed and breakfast is just NicoleSpence.com. And it's NICOLE, and then Spence is SPENC.com. And there's a link for the bed and breakfast right there where they can click on and read everything, the prices, and then there's contact information, my phone number, email, any which way, I'm also listed on VRBO as, Nicole's Fishing Bed and Breakfast. If you Google Nicole's Bed and Breakfast, I pop up. So there's definitely ways to find me if you can't remember just Nicole Spence. But
I think it's a great idea.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you coming back on. I'm going to look forward to having you on in another month or so, giving us an update, what the latest and greatest is going on. I wish you an awesome day, my friend. Let Carolyn say goodbye to you. We'll go to a break, and then we'll come back. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Hey, Nicole. I found you really easily on VRBO, and definitely want to look at some houseboats. That's a romantic way to definitely spend some fishing time in Louisiana.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate it, guys. Happy Sunday.
Thank you.
Happy Sunday.
All right, bye.
You're listening to the Fishing in Florida show with your host, Rascala Stevens. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
Do you have an unusual pet? Did you know that the Rainforest Clinic in Loxahatchee specializes in exotic pets? They see pets that other vets don't. Parrots and chickens, ducks, geese, turtles, snakes, goats, pigs, lizards, and even monkeys. Are you a beekeeper? Dr. Clubb, the first of her kind in the area? Yes, she takes care of bees as well. Dr. Susan Clubb has decades of experience and known around the world for her reputation as a premier avian vet. Located at 3319 E Road in Loxahatchee, just a short distance north of Okeechobee Road, you will find a modern clinic with in-house labs, which allow you to get your test answers quickly. You can find them online at www.susanclubb.com. That's www.susanclubb.com. Or you can reach her at 561-795-4878. It's Dr. Susan Clubb. That's 561-795-4878. The Rainforest Clinic located in Loxahatchee. 561-795-4878.
While other stations just talk a good game, we win it.
Hey, sounds like somebody's having a lot of fun.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing in Florida when the sun shines all day. I just caught me a grouper. So I'm fishing in Florida. Oh yeah, fishing in Florida.
Good morning from the Sunshine State. Broadcasting from Palm Beach County, it's the Fishing in Florida Show. Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. on the WCET FM network. And now, here's your host, Riscala.
All right, we are back. It is the Fishing in Florida show. I am your host, Riscala. We are coming from sunny South. It is a sunny day out there today, a beautiful day. This morning, I see that my board is still giving me a fit here. I was out there earlier this morning. What a gorgeous day we're enjoying here in South Florida. One of the few days that we get where it's not, you don't walk out into the sauna, so to speak. It is nice, cool, crisp, clear day. Get out there and enjoy it. If you're here in South Florida, we are surrounded by water on three sides. If you don't like the water, you're not in the right place. Anyway, a big thank you, WCET FM, our home network. Thank you, WCET 101.7, Columbia, South Carolina. Greatly appreciate it. HighPoint Radio, 1690 AM out of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Thank you, HighPoint Radio. KYAH out of Utah Stock Authority. Thank you, KYAH. Our latest affiliate, YACHTRockMiami.com. They are also a tune-in station. If you have the tune-in app, you can find us there. Go to tune-in, look up YACHTRockMiami.com. You'll find the Fishing in Florida show, 8 o'clock in the morning every Sunday. YACHTRockMiami.com. Smooth grooves all day long, all night strong. I've listened to this station several times. If you want to go somewhere and you want to have some relaxing, easygoing music, that's the place to go. Very, very pleasant. This morning I have Carolyn with Atlas Trax with me as a co-host. Thank you so much, Carolyn. Greatly appreciate it.
Of course, Riscala. I'm happy to be here.
It really is great to have you on and an inspiration, especially knowing the background of what you've been through. So you are an inspiration. I'm glad to have you on. And my next person, who is also an inspiration, happens to be the one and only Angelia. Angelia, the Florida Salty Cowgirl. Good morning, Angelia.
Good morning, Riscala. How's everybody doing this morning?
Go ahead, Carolyn.
Great, Angelia.
I have the rare day, lazy day off with 22 knot winds and overcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what?
So we had a bunch of that a few weeks ago, but we haven't had it in a while. So I have the rare day off.
Well, I looked up the radar before we came on the show this morning, and the only thing I could see was south of Key West. There was some disturbed weather down there, but it looks like it's clear all the way around the state. Is it pretty clear where you're at?
It's clear. I mean, it's a little overcast, but it's just blowing so hard, and that takes up our...
Yeah. We do have small craft warnings out today here in Palm Beach County, so I'm sure it's probably going to be the same for you down there.
Yeah, 5-foot seas are just no fun. On top of being dangerous, so...
Yeah.
It's one of those rare days. But yeah, great day to catch up, and fishing has been fantastic again this last week. I don't know that we could have a bad week. The weather was really good this week, and the sailfish are coming in like crazy. The reef is so beautiful sitting out there with all the cotton fishers. I mean, it's just amazing right now. Birds are hitting everywhere, baits jumping everywhere. It's a really exciting time. I think it was this last week I sent you some video of that sea turtle beside the boat as well, didn't I?
Yes, that was awesome. Don't get to see them very often.
Well, and that one was really, really large, and usually they will go down as soon as they get close to the boat, and this one just sort of hung out for the longest time, and he was really large and really unique, and he was great.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You know what's great about the area you're in? When you come on, I get excited because you not only get a fishing report, you're living almost in an aquarium because you go from the shallow reefs out to the humps. And so you get to see anything that comes in, little reef fish, triggerfish, wahoo, dolphin. So it's really exciting to always see what you did for the week.
It's amazing, and I'm working in some amazing places, and then I live Bayside, so the manatees have been like crazy. The tarpon, I'm hand feeding them off the seawall.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm hand feeding tarpon off the seawall, and the manatees are everywhere, and
cool.
There's nurse sharks everywhere, and dolphins are fishing amongst the mangroves on the Bayside where I live. So yeah, it's really an amazing place to live. That's why I get so excited when I do talk about it.
Wow.
So, yeah, I really appreciate every little thing about it, and just like the turtle beside the boat, it's just you feel so amazing and so blessed to just get to hang out with them and see them. And
cool.
And all the features just overwhelmed. So yeah.
Carolyn. Carolyn
I have
said,
a bit of information on the manatees. They came off of the endangered species list yesterday, which is excellent news.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm quite the Unity fan, so that's fantastic.
Carolyn was saying you can see almost anything down there. Many years ago when I lived in Miami, I lived in the southern portion of Miami down in Cutler Ridge, and I had a 24-foot wellcraft. And my favorite place to go was Islamorada. My favorite place in Islamorada was, Angelia, very well familiar with it, the Alligator Reef. Well, at the time I was married, and the last time that my wife went on the boat with me was down in Islamorada. We were out, probably, I guess, about 10 miles offshore. We caught some mahi-mahi, some dolphin, and we were coming back in, and off in the distance, she saw these two fins swimming in unison. She says, "That's a shark." And I said, "No, that's two dolphins. That's a shark." I said, "Look at the distance between them. That's two dolphins. Come on, I'm going to prove it to you." And we go zipping on over there. Lo and behold, it is, now mind you, my boat was 26 feet total in length. This thing was at least 3/4 the length of my boat. It was a hammerhead shark, and he was not even close to being intimidated by the boat. We got so close to him that I could have reached over and touched him if I wanted to. But that was the last time. I'm never coming out with you again. That was really a riot. Yes, so when Carolyn says you can see just about anything out there, I agree. I've seen all kinds of things out there, but that was one of the most amazing things and very humbling. You pull up alongside of this fish that is just about as big as the vessel that you're in, and the vessel that you're in is not a little runabout. That's humbling. So I can imagine. I'm thinking now what it would feel like being up in Alaska and seeing those orcas come up next to you. Oh my goodness! You talk about humbling. Wow.
Yes. Let alone the humpback whales. Now that's some size.
Yeah. Wow.
I've been watching some footage on these orcas up there as well, and I didn't know they pick on great white sharks. So that's the latest thing is they actually bite off the great white shark's fins, flip them over, and I think they're eating their livers or something like that. So they're pretty good hunters.
I started reading about that a few months back, and it's really interesting, and scientists actually witness this. They know how to flip the sharks on their back so that they kind of go to sleep like we've all told they do. And it's a really interesting. You guys should read up on that.
Their nickname is a killer whale. The nickname for the orcas are killer whale.
Yeah, it's
that's what they do.
A killer whale. So, but killing great whites, great white was the top of the food chain.
Or is it a killer shark? Maybe it's killer shark. Yeah, I may have that wrong. Maybe it's killer shark. Is it killer shark or killer whale? I think it's a killer shark. Killer whale?
It's definitely killer whale. Yeah. But it is really cool. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a really interesting little phenomenon going on. So.
And Angelia's had the opportunity to see him up front and close and personal when she spent last summer up there in Alaska. My gosh, I envy you. Some of the things that you've been able to see.
It's amazing to see it with your own eyes too, because it's just mind-boggling. There's just no words for it. Like I said, I kind of cried and get goosebumps and run around and can't video because my hands are shaking. It's really amazing. I mean, it's a really, truly blessed thing to happen to you. So yes, I was really happy to share a lot of that. I still have so much video to put out. So.
And
what brought you up to Alaska?
I decided I wanted to go on an adventure last year, and I had a shiny captain's license that I hadn't really used very much. So I went up there and traveled Southeast Alaska on a yacht, and then did fishing trips out of the Kenai Peninsula for halibut. I just kind of went for it.
Oh my gosh!
That's a way to use your license.
Did
for the first time.
Yeah.
I just went for it and double dipped to boot, and I had a great time.
Carolyn, did you see any of the pictures that I posted on our Fishing in Florida show on Facebook with her? These halibut are as big as she is.
I'm going to have to look for them. What kind of gear do you catch them on, Angelia?
It's a regular old bottom rig, just really heavy gear with good old Penn Senator reels like we'd use down here. But they leave their rods and they leave their rods and rod holders, which really freaked me out at first. But you're also using 5-pound leads because of the 30-some foot tides coming in and going out.
That's another thing. Wow.
And you wouldn't believe how obvious the rig is. There's no presentation whatsoever. They just come by smell and they inhale your bait. and you're using number 10 circle hooks. Think about that for a moment.
Wow.
They actually make their leaders out of a thin cord. And I'm like, what fish is going to bite this? Well, they do.
Now,
yeah, I'm like, there's no presentation here, none at all. And yes, it works.
now
I brought one of the rigs home that I'd made because it was just, I needed to show people and say, can you believe this?
you mentioned something that I thought was really, really crazy. 30 some odd foot tides. 30-foot tides. I can't imagine. Yeah. That means that if you dock your boat up, and the average place around here is, I don't know, it's like 10 feet. You dock your boat up, and low tide comes in, your boat's literally on ground. It's literally laying on the ground.
Yeah, if we had a 30-foot tide down here, we'd have millions of more islands. I mean, a 30-foot tide's insane. It's a really interesting
I can't imagine that. My gosh, 30-foot tide. So what it reminds me of is there was over on the West Coast, when one of the hurricanes was coming in, I don't remember which one, the entire bay drained out. I'd never seen anything like that. That's what it would remind me of. The whole bay drained out.
Yeah, there were whole parks that were not exposed during high tide. And at low tide, there's families out there picnicking. 6 hours later, the whole park is gone. So, yeah, it was really, really interesting.
And how long do the tides last? Is it the same? Is it like a 12-hour, or I think it's 12 hours? Is it a 12-hour deal? Or?
And they were pretty on schedule up there. And then you'd have what they called negative tides or positive tides, which were plus 4 feet or minus 4 feet.
Holy
so they
smokes.
were really severe. Yeah, they were insane.
You really have to be up on your, what's the best way to describe it? You have to really know what the heck is going on with regard to the water if you're going to be doing anything. At 30 feet, I just can't imagine that. My gosh, their canals are not even 30 feet deep. Lord have mercy.
Absolutely. You're in thousands of foot of water a lot up there, Riscala. That really kind of freaked me out.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what happened with me once. I tied up my boat and we're in a canal with a 2-foot tide, and I tied the lines too tight. When the tide went out, the boat was hanging on the dock, and I had to get a machete to cut the lines.
Oh my gosh.
We've all done something like that, I promise you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely you definitely have to do your research. And being an angler and a passionate angler up there, you had to fish the tides, and that's what I found so weird. Here I'm doing charter trips, and we all know down here, you do a 7 to 3 charter trip or 7 whatever. Every day up there was different. One day your trip left at 5 a.m. One day your trip left at 10 a.m. because you had to fish the tides. If you didn't, your line would scope out miles.
So
with a 5-pound line. So it was really severe.
Theoretically, you could go out if you played your time incorrectly. Theoretically, you could go out and not be able to come back in because where you're in is now dry land.
Absolutely.
Holy smokes! Wow.
Very, very interesting.
Wow.
Very interesting. Very. It was a very big learning experience for sure. Very educating. So yeah. I highly recommend it for anybody who's passionate about the water. It's a whole new world, and it really opens up a lot of things for you in your head and your heart. It's really, really an adventure. Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Wow. Well, for those of you who are not familiar with Angelia, she's also known as the Florida Salty Cowgirl. She's down in Isla Mirada, and she's also a guide. She's also someone who's very experienced, has probably spent the majority of her life on the water. She grew up on the other side of the state and decided to come over and visit this side of the state for a while. And if people want more information about what you do, what's the way they're going to be able to do that, Angelia?
You can always find me on any kind of social media, Florida Salty Cowgirl, Angela on Instagram, FloridaSaltyCowgirl.com. I'm holding my breath for it to be back up and running very, very soon. I know I keep saying that. And they can always reach me on my personal phone. It's 813-610-0078.
So if you want to be able to go down the Keys and you want somebody who knows what they're doing, who is licensed, who is experienced, you want to talk to Angelia because she's the one who can get you out there, whether it's going to be fishing for sailfish, even dolphin this time of the year, they're around. So whether it's sailfish or whether it's dolphin, whether it's, reef fishing, some kind of reef fishing you want to do, she knows where they're at. She knows how to get to them. She has the vessel to do it. She's the girl to call. All right, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm going to let Carolyn say goodbye to you, and then we're going to sign off. Wish you an awesome day.
Angelia, it's always great to talk to you, hear your stories. I can't wait to come down there and meet you in person.
Awesome. Can't wait, Carolyn. Thank you.
All right, my friends, you've been listening to the Fishing in Florida show. We're here every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m., a variety of ways you can listen to us. We're out of here for today. We'll be back in a week with some more fantastic guests and some more great information for you. Thank you for joining. We'll talk to you in a week.